I promised you guys one last break, and here we are. Game number 12, game 6 of the day. We're going back to Miramar. And you said it before this started, Alex. You said, well, Mongolia, they're pretty damn good on Miramar. And I feel like we got a pretty solid taste of that. I think they kind of showed up a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, they showed up perfectly. I said it. I had a feeling that if there was going to be a map today where Mongolia is going to shine, it is Miramar. Isolated fights, and more importantly, a map where you can, as a good team, more easily can take control over your area. And that's what Mongolia did perfectly in this game. And that's the first time also they did it perfectly for today. They pressured their fights on the opposing team. That was the first time that Lebanon, on the other hand, had to pick a fight that they didn't necessarily want. So Mongolia changing things up, changing the pace, and as a result of that, having a really good game.
We love to see it. They're making it tight. 10 points ahead now of Jordan. We'll have to wait and see if Jordan, Kazakhstan, maybe Uzbekistan, but I think that's already stretching far here. Can pull things back, but we keep saying that, and they keep surprising us, right? So nothing's far from possible, and it's good to see Mongolia back in the driver's seat. I'm excited to maybe hear from them later on what happened in the first 4 games of today, because that didn't feel like a world champion team, but that last Miramar certainly did.
Yeah, it certainly did. Let's skip ahead of ourselves. Mongolia still needs to bring it across the finish line, and so does Bahrain. If Jordan has one good game, and they showed us time and time again, they really have shown us time and time again that they're capable of it. Same goes for Kazakhstan. If they have one good game, it could all very much be different on the overall leaderboard after this run. Be reminded to everyone out there, if you're cheering for your favorite team in this lobby, it is top 2 that will book a ticket towards the IESF World Esports Championship in Riyadh. You can tell by the logo at the very top where it's happening. It is in Riyadh. It's been an amazing journey so far, and it's all going to be topped off by the official World Esports Championship. And once again, only 2 teams from Group A and 3 teams from Group B will be heading towards the World Esports Championship, which we will have finalized by the time tomorrow evening. So, also for everyone who's been waiting for Pakistan, we've seen lots of Pakistani fans on the chat. If you've been waiting for IA to play, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. That is tomorrow. 2 teams today, 3 teams tomorrow will book their tickets. Koval, one very last prediction now. I know I've asked you a million times. Do you still stick with Mongolia?
Yes.
Okay.
After that game, I'm not switching anything up. I'm glad I stuck to them. You know, they haven't really convinced me in the first 4 today, but I'm glad I stuck to my guts, and I think they will carry us through towards the end here. I think crazy things have to happen. We've seen a lot of crazy things happen. I think Jordan has been surprisingly consistent, surprisingly strong, especially today, really picking it up today compared to what they did yesterday.
Yeah.
Kazakhstan's been scrappy here and there, good performances, but just not on the same level as some of these other teams. So I'm putting my chips all the way on Mongolia here.
Wholeheartedly agreed. Just to make it more spicy, I'm saying Mongolia's not going to qualify, and I'm picking Kazakhstan. I think Kazakhstan is going to have a great game. But in all honesty, even though Kazakhstan, in my opinion, is going to have a good game now to finish things off, I feel like they're the team that needs to bring it almost the most out of everyone else who's in reach of these qualification spots. I still feel like Mongolia is not throwing this away. They're too experienced. They're too knowledgeable now. Also, on how to play a situation like this, right? A situation where everyone else around you on the leaderboard is going to chase you. Also, if I were Bahrain and I know Mongolia is fighting and I have any chance of third-partying this, I'm kicking Mongolia out of this one. I didn't want to have the reigning PUBGM World Champions on land facing me at the end of all this qualifier stages. At the International World Esports Championship. So maybe that's something that, maybe you have to think about as well. Third parties from everyone else.
There's a good reason to kick them out, right? They are one of the scariest teams to fight. They're one of the scariest teams to meet. They are one of the teams with a lot of LAN experience, and that matters too, right? That's not a team you want to be competing against. So 100%, if you see them fighting, you might want to take them out. That being said, Is it going to be enough? We never know, right? 10 points is a considerable gap, and it's 13 for the team below that. So we'll have to leave it up to the players to decide if they think it's worth it. I'm used to not seeing it as much as the casters would want, right? We always want the drama. We want the crazy things happening. The players often have different things in mind, but we'll wait and see what they have in store for us on this last Miramar.
What they have in store for us is what we're going to see right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last match of Group A here at the IESF World Esports Championship Regional Qualifiers for Asia and Oceania. So, one less time for Group A. But, we've said it before, and the action is not over yet. The second day of Group B will be broadcasted tomorrow at the official IESF International Esports Federation channels. So make sure to follow and like every single thing you can. You're not only supporting the IESF, but you're also supporting your favorite teams, because the IESF is doing as best as they can to bring all the different nations from all around the world, over 130 different esports associations, to land to a single tournament that is going to decide which nations at which esports title are gonna be winning it. And I think that in itself deserves applause.
There's a few teams in that city, though. Remember, Mongolia was here last time. Remember, Mongolia was looting that last round, and now they've got two teams saying hello, not just one. It's Tajikistan on the one side, and we have 4 more players on the high ground. Mongolia not ready for that at all, not ready for the situation. And Lebanon and Tajikistan are trying to punish as fast as they can. Look at that. Golden with a good nade around the corner. Shotgun to follow it up. And this is not looking doable for Rogue. Just like that. 2 players down. Mongolia, this is not what we wanted to happen.
That is nothing short of disastrous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Mongolia is at the brink of being eliminated as the very first team. And I said experience is going to matter a lot. Well, by the looks of it, not enough, because Mongolia, in my opinion, should have expected this to some degree. The only thing that was not supposed to happen is Mongolia being taken out as the first team. Mongolia losing players early. If you're Mongolia, that's legitimately the very only thing you do not want to have happen. And exactly that happens. That also means for us as viewers, and that's why I'm smiling, it's going to get a whole lot more interesting.
It's a good Uzi spray. There's a long-range Uzi coming out from Zakaria. Takes back one of Tajikistan, and you could see it right there. That was a targeted attack. That was really just trying to bring the pain to the Mongolian squad, and they were not ready for it at all. We have 9 teams on this vast, huge Miramar map, and they have been hard dropped by 2 of them. Now, Lebanon looking to come away as the winners, but the clear losers of this one are not Tajikistan. The clear losers are Mongolia.
Yeah, this is... wow. I thought Mongolia was going to make absolutely sure they're not getting pressured into any fights in early game. Literally just drop anywhere else on the map. If you have to split yourself up as 4 players, you were in charge. Everyone else needs to catch you. It's not the other way around. So I'm very confused by Mongolia deciding to contest this. There were, in my opinion, there was an option also to dodge this fight. There were multiple options. The very earliest option is you see them dropping on your city. Get the vehicles. Get the vehicles and get the hell out of there. But yeah, just not enough. 2 players will be taken out. 2 players not only from Mongolia, but as you said, Tajikistan as well. But
look at the minimap.
One of which is way worse. One of which is way worse in terms of qualification.
Bahrain's here. Bahrain saying hello. We would like to get involved as well. 3 points, 3 kills and a hot drop. Love to see that. AO on the high ground. Shotguns in the building. SMGs in the building. Oh, what a nice little drive-by. The shotgun. Mason. He doesn't have a DBS, but he at least has a shotgun to work with. Knock and flush confirmed. And so far, they have the numbers advantage. Lebanon. But they've lost Chersan, which has really been one of the most impactful fraggers for them throughout this whole evening.
Really has, Mason. Still left standing with a shotgun. Oh, DBS runs in. Can't even get traded in time. You can tell the micro Uzi, he's just not got the confidence. His teammates, he's only got the micro Uzi in hands. He just doesn't want to push around the corner. Maybe he's got the chance for another one. Just 2 players left standing in front of him. Zakaria The heroic player is there to take him down after all. And unfortunately, Lebanon, despite their great performance today, still not in reach, even with that fight, for any chance at a qualification.
Aye. SKS rings out, good bit of damage in. Bahrain trying to have some fun. As we're seeing a little bit of action in the kill feed. I'm just wondering where Mongolia went. I'm just wondering, where did the last two go? What are they doing? Where are they playing? What is their strategy for the rest of this game to make sure they at least get a few points? Maybe just hinder the teams behind them. Maybe that's enough, right? Maybe try and figure out, where is Kazakhstan playing? Where is Jordan playing? Can we do something against that? There's a lot of things running through your mind right now if you are Mongolia. We'll have to wait and see whatever comes, whatever events transpire.
Question is, what would you do if you were in that position? You only have 2 more players left alive, but before we get into that thought experience, we might have to take a look at the eastern side of things. Palestine and Uzbekistan are fighting each other, and Vazim is the first one to go down. Uzbekistan still has a very real chance at this, but so does Kazakhstan, and look at who's approaching. It is Kazakhstan in the distance.
Rough fight. Uzbekistan, they really tried to make it work here, but now 2 members knocked. Different team engaging. Kazakhstan, the vultures, they're coming on in. They're trying to benefit from this fight. They're trying to pick up the points that they see in front of them. Jordan from the other side. Everybody's exploding on these fights. Fast. Aggressively. Mambai traded out. Another one going down. Just one left on the high ground is Timon. Trying to drive to some sort of safety, some sort of salvation, but where is he going to find it? I'm not sure. Kazakhstan have not gotten the points just yet. They've not gotten the confirms. They really need every single point here. And hopefully they can close some of them out.
Man, this is getting more aggressive than I thought, to be honest, from all of these teams at the very top. No one's really scared, and that's the craziest part. No one is scared of being taken out early. Not even Mongolia is scared of being taken out early. Kazakhstan continuously chasing the Uzbekistan players. It's only 1 left alive. Uzbekistan, as a result of that, unfortunately will almost have no significant chance anymore of qualifying. But Kazakhstan, on the other hand, really does, as they will secure their first frag. Lebanon being shotted in the distance as their rotation comes in through the western side as well, with Bahrain and their big split already having secured them 2 points.
That's a knock towards Kazakhstan. That's a player from Palestine putting a little bit of pressure back, saying, hello, you can't bully us around. We are going to show you what we're made of, and that's the first knock. Now, Psix, he needs to find this nice and quickly. He's got a bit of support from his team, but they want to finish this quick before they get third party. Timon is once again left to his own devices. Psix actually stays alive in this, which is big, meaning they at least stay 3 active. Much easier to consolidate that way. And there's Mongolia in the distance. Look at them. Playing the concretes. Hoping that they can pick apart someone from a distance. Every single point would be so beneficial. But it's looking like Kazakhstan is just starting their comeback run.
Yeah, it looks like it. 3 points already in their hands. And yeah, as I said, but it looks like the most surprising thing to me is how aggressive they are. How fearless they are. They know they need to make something happen, but they don't necessarily need to chase anyone, but they still do it. Like, a good game with Mongolia losing players early, which happened, would be enough, and that's the biggest thing for them. Mongolia losing player, that ultimately should have told them, hey, we all need to play a good game. We don't necessarily need to chase anymore, because we only really need to chase if Mongolia is doing points on top of what we do. But 10 points is the difference, or 10, maybe a little bit more than, maybe 12. And that's something that, as I said, with a good game is absolutely doable. So I'm really surprised to see Kazakhstan still chasing the enemies. You can tell Mongolia now has repositioned more towards a centralized kind of circle. And I think that's a good way to play this now with only 2 players left standing. But I see them rotating into what I think is Uzbekistan. The last player of Uzbekistan, maybe.
Yeah. There's a lot of traps you can walk into. There's a lot of snakes you can step on top. Hard to maneuver this one for Mongolia. And yeah, I mean, the reins are kind of in the hands of Kazakhstan now at this point. They have put up 3 eliminations so far. And they're looking like they want to continue where they left off. Bahrain just now starting to make their way on towards the circle. Far in that northwestern edge. And a very empty zone, right? It's just so different from what you're used to seeing. But I think that was a knock of the kill feed for Mongolia. And Sale, he's going to do his very, very best to confirm that he wants nothing more than that kill point. Every single point could solidify them right now, Felix. Every single point could make the difference. And you can see how instantly they converge on it. Instantly he's there. Demo, he was on a way to a different spot. Instantly comes back just to make sure we confirm that 1 point. Every single one of them matters.
Such a good pickup. Yeah, such a necessary one. That's going to make it even tougher for everyone else chasing them. You might not think 1 point is going to matter much, but you'll see. The end leaderboard, 100% is going to have maybe like a 1, 2, 3 point difference from third to second. I am very sure of it.
You know what this does, though?
Oh, Mongolia is being pulled up on right now. Clever has found the first one. Jordan knows that Mongolia is over there. I think they've smelt this. They've realized this just based off of the kill feed, and that should seal the deal. Oh, my lord, what a pickup! Oh, my goodness, he does go down, but what a shot, what a return. Oh, my lord, Mongolia going out in style, ladies and gentlemen. And, yeah, they will be eliminated with just 1 point. So 11 points is the difference to, I believe it was Kazakhstan. And maybe a little bit more towards Jordan.
I think that's exactly it, Felix. I think they saw the kill feed. And they realized, all right, our target's right there. Take them out. Easy 2 points for Jordan. Closing that gap just a little bit. I think that was exactly what they needed, and that was exactly what they got. Now Clever, he's in dead bad waters, though. He's got to survive here somehow. Puts out a bit of damage. If he doesn't survive behind that car, though, it's bad news bears for Jordan. His team's not there to help him. The car's taking so much damage. Can he win it? Clever. Oh, my God. He stays through. Uzbekistan. That was... That was a little bit of a straw they were clasping at, but Jordan stays in it, and Jordan picks up the third elimination.
This couldn't get any crazier. This couldn't get any crazier than this. You can tell 98 points Jordan right now. Just a couple of more points needed. 95 on Kazakhstan. As these games... Oh, as this game, to be fair. It's only one left as this game started, so... It is absolutely possible for everyone in the top 3... top 4 to still get scrambled around. Maybe except for Bahrain. The top teams have been weakened enough to make that almost impossible. If not impossible, but for everyone else, it could still very much happen that Kazakhstan takes second and maybe Mongolia third. And maybe Jordan even drops down. Because after all, Kazakhstan is the strongest team in this current instance. And yeah, this is the deciding fight. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled on the screen. You do not want to miss this. As Jordan has only 2 players in this compound, is getting breached by some angry Kazakhstan players.
1 nade to open things up. Could be the side. Miracle finds a bit of damage over the top. Clever. And that's Becca going down. Clever with a good off angle from the side. Opens things up for Jordan. Doesn't get the confirm just yet. Has to be careful. 6 from the other side. What a spray is that?
Oh my goodness, that must have been 150, maybe 200, maybe 300 meters. And Zixers takes him down, almost takes the second one. What is this guy made of? And only just 2 players left now for Jordan.
This is not it. This is not what they wanted. They were a few points ahead of Kazakhstan. Now they're getting put in the dirt. There's Dre with that comes around the corner, Mesa. Close, but no, Cigar. It's just Miracle left. Felix, he's the last one holding on for Jordan.
Unbelievable. Honestly, just nothing short of unbelievable. And he's going to try to push this. DBS and gets the first one. Oh, this is disastrous. Kazakhstan. This has just played perfectly into the hands of Mongolia. That one single frag might have just made all the difference between any of the teams qualifying. Because be remembered. Kazakhstan and Jordan were both in 3rd and 4th place right next to each other. And they're taking themselves out. Imagine Kazakhstan wipes this clean. But they don't. But they don't.
Oh, this is big, though. This is big. This is another elimination. This is another placement point. We're up to 4 already. They're up to 102 points already. I think we've got Mongolia on 106. So there's still something they have to grab here. But if some of these fights continue, if some of these fights close each other out, Lebanon has found Bahrain again on the other side. This could be it for Kazakhstan.
Yeah, I was sitting here maybe calculating the difference right now with the updated standings in my head, but I think there's no point. We're gonna have to wait and see. For now, Lebanon has 2 more players, 2 more potential players for Kazakhstan to pick up. The biggest thing I'm wondering right now, would it be enough for Kazakhstan to take 2nd place without eliminating anyone else? But I think at this point, I don't think so. I think then they need to take a little bit more. I think maybe kills. 1 or 2 frags more might just be enough. So, at the moment, for the time being, one thing is for certain: Mongolia is still in. Mongolia is still in. A little bit more is needed from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan is going to get some placements here. They're going to get there's some placement points still on that tally, but that's not going to be enough to pass Mongolia. I'm not even sure if Mongolia have placement points themselves, but we know for a fact that they had a kill point. So Kazakhstan needs more than this. How they will get that, how they'll get there, I'm not sure. Turkmenistan 3 up. Lebanon and Bahrain on that southern side of the circle right next to each other. And then the Kazakhstan duo, who's just playing their hearts out, hoping that they can make the dream work.
Talking about dreams. Big dream would be making it into this next phase.
Oh.
That is a good pickup. That is a really important pickup against Bahrain. I'm not even sure how that happened. But 6, once again, 540 damage already. Strikes and takes down one of the Bahrain players. That's one more elimination, I guess, secured.
So
and Bahrain is now only a 2-man? Do we even have a full 4-man squad anymore? Do we even have a 3-man squad? I don't think so.
Kazakhstan is the biggest squad right now, but that's a trade. That's Puncher down. That's just 1 up. It's just 6, and they know where he is as well. They know exactly where he's playing. And Bahrain doesn't have to hold back, Felix. They can do whatever the hell they want. They're qualified. They can bully teams around. And you can see that Pix knows this as well. Instantly repositions, creates some distance, gets himself a new spot, and tries to figure out what to do from here. There's still a few zones that will have to shift on in. But Six does not want to have anything to do with it right now. You can see Frieza. He's unleashing. And there's Prepot with the pull-up. Bahrain is not messing around, but this is a risky 1v1. There's a DBS in the hands, and he's coming around the corner just like that. Oh
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is that could be the deciding kill on whether or not Kazakhstan qualifies or not. We'll have to wait and see on who goes out next. I think for the time being, it's not quite enough, but maybe 1 more placement point, maybe 1 more elimination point might be enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have just witnessed the biggest upset of the tournament, with Kazakhstan potentially qualifying and kicking out the current reigning PUBG Mobile Global Champions, Mongolia. And I have to wait and see to get confirmation.
It's getting so close. That's all I can say. It's getting so close. Turkmenistan fight Lebanon on the south. A team going out here, no matter which one it is, gives Kazakhstan another point, gives Six another point. I'm not sure if he kept the tires on his buggy there. We can see that there was attempts to pop them. I'm not sure how much he can reposition. Frieza is getting aggressive on this. He's leaving the compound just to hunt that 1 kill down. He's got to be careful that he doesn't feed this one over just like his teammate did. But Six is just trying to do everything he can here, Felix.
Yeah, and understandably so. Look how hard they're chasing him. I don't really understand this from Bahrain, because if I were Bahrain, I would much rather have Kazakhstan in my top 2 than Mongolia, just based off of experience and strength of the players, in my opinion. But they're really going for Kazakhstan. He really wants to take him down. He's chasing him to the compound. How's Bahrain focusing so much on Kazakhstan? There has to be a deeper sense to this. He peeks out. Oh, this is so important. Six goes down. And that might have been the final decision on who qualifies, because Frizzer wins the 1v1. We're going to have to wait and see. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is confirmed just yet. He had 8 eliminations. His team, Kazakhstan, has still got 8 eliminations and a 4th place finish on top of what they already had. And Mongolia only had a single frag, to be reminded. So, man, it's going to come down to the wire.
Oh, yeah. I'm just not sure if Mongolia had the placement points necessary, but Six has just played his absolute heart out. He's made this so close, even taking down multiple Bahrain members there at the end. And then he doesn't win the 1v1. Imagine if he wins that. That's another 2 points. I think that's probably would have been enough. Oh, I'm not sure if they know. I don't think Kazakhstan knows. I don't think we know at this point. The game is going to play out. There's still a few Lebanese players. There's 3 from Turkmenistan. There's a solo in the building for the winning team of today, Bahrain. But everybody is just wondering if that was enough for Kazakhstan or not.
I think Frizz is going to be the next one to go down, but yeah, it doesn't even matter. No, it doesn't. To give you guys an update, it really does not. Frizzer is just there to solidify his position as the #1 team, to solidify that Bahrain has to be feared as soon as they get to land. Shotgun in hand. Maybe he's going to get another 1v1 that he could potentially face. Yes, NATO is getting taken down. And the flash on NATO goes down through as well. Frizzer picks up the 4th frag in this round. He's just not to be stopped either.
Both teams hunting him down as well. Both teams lobbing the util in. He's dancing, he's dodging and weaving. He's trying to reposition now. Finds a good idea about where the Lebanese players are. He finds one. DBS versus DBS. He's pinned inside the window. He's got to be careful. He's toying with him and he finds him through the window. What is that?
That is absurd. That is completely absurd. And where's the rest of his team?
He's not done. He's coming back.
He's gone all the way around. Gringo, it's not even close. That's a P9 against the DBS. DBS, he's got 2 shots, 1 shot, 1 single shot. He hits it, but it is not enough. Chappie finally sets an end to the madness that we've just witnessed. And Bahrain, congratulations already. You guys have made it. You've booked your ticket for the IESF World Esports Championship in 2024 in Riyadh, to be exact.
Well played, Bahrain. They've done it. They've done what they had to do. And they've even closed out Kazakhstan in the process. I'm not sure. Is it Mongolia? Is it Kazakhstan? I don't even know anymore. But
I don't know either.
Bahrain has punched in their tickets. And they've not left it up for debate. They've not left it up for mathematics. They've made it loud and clear that they're going to Riyadh. Turkmenistan, Lebanon, they're fighting it out for a little bit of fun, a little bit of honor towards the end. Lebanon, one of the teams as well that were punishing so hard towards Mongolia in the early stages here. Now, Gringo finds one. 30 HP. He's got the UMP in hand. This is winnable. 5 HP now. Is Chappie running him down? It's looking like it. Jump Ray comes out. Turkmenistan takes the last win of the day. But it is Bahrain who come away as the winners here.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes, ladies and gentlemen. What have we just witnessed? Turkmenistan, out of all the teams, take home another chicken dinner. But that is not the storyline, unfortunately, for all Turkmenistan fans. The storyline is Bahrain chasing down Kazakhstan. The storyline is Mongolia losing 2 players early on and only getting a single elimination in this one, going out very, very early. So we will have to take a look at the overall standings, and if I am correctly informed, we will potentially have some winner interviews as well. So stay tuned. Nothing is over just yet.
Stick around for this. We're going to interview the qualifying teams that have just signed up for a World Esports Championship in Saudi Arabia a little bit later this year. Turkmenistan with a 2 elimination win. Possibly, Alex, possibly the lowest kill win we've seen in this tournament. Like I said, this is the storyline. Yeah. The hot drop, and Mongolia not being ready for it.
No, Alex, out of all the players, Alex as well, being taken out, and then to top it all off, Tajikistan chasing down the players too. Just not a chance. Just absolutely not a chance for any of these players to make anything happen. And yeah, you can tell how crazy this was also for Kazakhstan. And by the way, they started. I said it during the game as well. I didn't expect Kazakhstan to be that aggressive. They know Mongolia has lost 2 players early on. Just play down your game as 4. Like play it consistent. Play it as best as you can. But they were chasing people left, right, and center, and I feel like maybe to some degree that was also their problem. I felt like if they just had a little bit more survivability and didn't necessarily commit to the fight with Jordan, they would have a way bigger chance of winning this game and then qualifying. So, yeah, I'm a little bit confused. But also, it all came down to a single 1v1, so who am I to judge? Who am I to judge?
And maybe if they don't take out Jordan, then it's never enough, right? That's a team they have to worry about as well. That's a team that they have to take out, and there's 6. Getting himself the 3rd, getting his team the 8th kill. If he just wins that, if he just hits those DBS shots, I think it's over.
Unbelievable.
But in the end, it wasn't meant to be. Frieza put on a bit of a show for us. Let us know what he was made of. Showed us a few of his highlights. Just running around, absolutely dominating the competition. But man, rough times. I am not sure how the leaderboard looks. I have to make a correction. We've just been informed there is no interviews today. But stick around to make sure, because honestly, I have no idea. I think it's down to 1 or 2 points. I'm confident about that. But I don't know if Mongolia got placement points. That's the information that I'm missing. And, well, 2 kills, 4 wins.
Yeah, the damage is definitely crazy. I think they have done less damage than they have received, which is kind of a crazy thing for a team that has done the chicken dinner. But
that's mental,
honestly,
actually,
it's for a lot of these players, it's the first time that these guys are appearing on a major stage. So congratulations for Turkmenistan to even make it this far. And also pick up a chicken dinner against... in a lobby against not only the EMEA Championship winner of PMSL this season, but also the reigning PUBG Mobile Global Champion. So, I mean, how cool is that? Imagine you're playing PUBG Mobile, the best you've played is maybe like a regional qualifier, and suddenly you're playing against the best team in the world, 2023. Like, that in and of itself, in my opinion, is the craziest storyline. So, no matter what, this is massive experience for all these players, and they'll look back at this with a really good memory, I'm sure of it.
100%. This is a big bunch of experience that you're able to grab, and this is a nice opportunity for players to showcase themselves as well, right? And that's exactly what you want to be doing. Now, match standings. We can start doing the math from here.
Oh my goodness.
12 versus 2.
It's going to be a tiebreak, right?
It's
I think it was
10
points.
Tiebreaker.
Oh my god, I don't even want to look at this. We'll wait for the confirmation. I don't even...
Oh
my goodness, what? So it's a tiebreak, apparently. We'll have to wait and see for the overall standings, ladies and gentlemen, but I think it might be the WWCD rule, and that would heavily favor Mongolia, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have to wait and see. Turkmenistan, anyways, 12 points. Kazakhstan tying it with 8 eliminations and 4 placement points. So, what we do know for certain already is one more frag for Kazakhstan. One single more frag. That fight against Jordan. If that player would have won that 1v1, or if 6 would have won that 1v1, oh my god, that is one tongue twister. Everything would have been fine for Kazakhstan. Everything would have been fine. Imagine not booking your ticket potentially because of 2 single 1v1s and not going to Riyadh to represent your nation. That would be crazy. Absurd.
There's also a moment there where Kazakhstan third party a fight on the Los Leones Hill, and a third party Uzbekistan versus Palestine, and there's 2 Palestinian players knocked, but Kazakhstan doesn't find them, doesn't flush them, doesn't confirm those kills. If they steal a single one of those kills, that's it. That's absolutely it.
Yeah, that's 100% it.
Oh boy, yeah, like you said, I think the winner chicken dinner rule should heavily favor Mongolia. Like you said, that's an absolute heartbreak. And
we'll have to, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it looks like it. Take a quick look at the match summary. 80 smokes and nades being used, then 34 eliminations. Nothing really too surprising. I mean, it was a chaotic round, so you might as well just look at the second summary to get a little bit more information. Here at the IESF World Esports Championship regional qualifier for the Asia and Oceania region. Good categories that are, to my surprise, not really dominated by Kazakhstan.
Dominated by one man, Frieza. I mean, he just showed up so big at the end there, right? He cleaned up the last 2 Kazakhstan members. He cleaned up one of Lebanon, one of Turkmenistan. He really put on a big show in that compound, and that's enough for him to get these. To get all of these categories for himself. 6, he can't go unmentioned. but the MVP for this round is Frieza.
Good stuff from Frieza. I mean, we talked about him. He's one of the key players they will need on LAN as well. One of the key players that has been fragging time and time again. 5 items in this one as well, even though they did go out relatively early. But yeah, Bahrain. What more is there to say? These guys are at an absolute high in terms of performance. I think it's a career high. These guys have never been better than right now. So seeing them at the IESF World Championship and them also coming off of winning PMSL EMEA and now winning the qualifier here, that's gotta feel so good. I know it's some time now until we actually get to Riyadh, but them already knowing, hey, we've played so well up until this point. We've already secured some stuff for the future. That's the good part. Like you're not going out of any of these tournaments empty-handed, and that's so very important as well.
First after day 1, first after day 2, undisputed champions of this qualifier. Top 2 was always hard to get. They were never in contention here. They were looking super solid throughout the whole day. And the player head-to-head is 6 versus Chappie. And Chappie doing the heavy lifting for his squad there for Turkmenistan. He's the only one really picking up any kills. And he was actually close to clutching out the game 5 of today as well. He was the one in the compound 1v3ing Mongolia and almost getting away with it. But it is in the end 6 that puts up a little bit more numbers here, especially in the damage compartment.
Yeah. Really good stuff. Set on over to with the head-to-head statistics. And, well, do I need to say anything about it? I think Kazakhstan has been fragging out on this level, quite in contrast to Turkmenistan, who, to be fair, didn't really have too many options in terms of fragging out on the northwestern side. I think at some point they just realized, hey, guys, we can win this game. Let's just not throw it away, right? Let's take this little bit of a success story into our continuous development after this tournament, right? Let's keep on using that experience of also winning a game to get better for the next qualifiers that are coming up.
I am not sure what the motivations were for. Remember how hard Kazakhstan were getting hunted by Frieza, by Bahrain there? I'm not sure what their motivations were. I'm not sure if they were making sure that Kazakhstan does not qualify, if they were trying to make sure that Mongolia qualified, or if they were just having fun with the last game. But, guys, we're not going to make you wait any longer. We have the scoreboards are here from our lovely production crew. So let's have a look. And let's see if our gut feeling was right, Felix.
Unbelievable. Oh, wow, it was not correct. Mongolia, actually with 3-point difference, is going to take the second place. I thought it was 10 points difference before.
No,
so
it was 10 points between Jordan and Mongolia.
That makes a whole more sense. That makes a whole more sense. So we both must have misremembered. Either way, it is so very close. Look at Jordan, look at Kazakhstan, look at Mongolia. It's all in between 4 single points. And only 2 teams could make it. So congratulations to Bahrain, who will once again take home a qualification and a tournament win after coming off of PMSL EMEA and securing their space in the PMWC. The same goes for Mongolia. I think none of these teams is really too surprising. They were the heavy favorites, even more than everyone else. And look at this. They actually made use of that favorite role, and they got themselves the 2 tickets for Riyadh at the end of this year.
Beautiful stuff. So close for Kazakhstan and Jordan especially, right? So close. Bit of a heartbreak for both of these countries, but there was always going to be some really strong rosters who weren't going to make it in the end. It was always just going to be top 2, and it is actually Mongolia who stays in there in the end. If you had 12 chances, you couldn't make it in those 12. It wasn't meant to be, and yeah, we're going to see Mongolia as the second team at the World Esports Championship, Felix.
Unbelievable. I think it's very rare to have the 2 absolute favorites out of a relatively big favorite pool, right? You can take Kazakhstan and all these teams into the favorite pool as well, and then actually have these exact 2 teams also qualify, also be exactly in the top 2 that everyone has been looking at, that you need to be as players as well. So massive congratulations. I think Bahrain has deserved it so much. I think as I said, they're at an absolute career high. I think we've never seen them be better. No, last year, not even last year. No, not even close to last year. I shall take, but I had to think for a second. But no, not even close to last year. These guys are so very good, and I hope that's gonna last until we actually get to the IESF World Championship, because I want to see them perform against all these different sorts of nations, against the reigning champions and also against the host country of Saudi Arabia. So I think it's gonna get super interesting. Also, I think it's one of their first lands. They will have PMWC in between, but it will potentially be one of their first lands as a team.
Must feel good. Must feel good to beat essentially the existing PMGC champion, right? To make sure and so clearly as well, and while having so much fun in the games as well towards the end there. So that must feel really nice for them, and must really feel nice to put their country on the map when there's so many teams competing for these slots. And they are the first two teams punching their ticket, right? We've said it a few times now, but they are the first two teams actually confirming their slots through qualification. And everybody else is now, they can lean back and they can watch and they can see who else makes it, because they have just kicked the ball out of their court, you know? They've hit the home run. Yeah. And they can be pretty happy with themselves.
The next three teams that will book their ticket towards the IESF World Esports Championship in Riyadh in November will be crowned tomorrow. The next three teams that will book their ticket will be shown tomorrow. It is Group B, with these 18 teams that we've seen yesterday fight it off again. We've seen massive comebacks, massive individual performances, and also Pakistan clearing out lobbies. So if you want to get even more exciting matches, 18 teams kind of tend to do that, unfortunately. Nothing against this lobby today. World champions, PMSL champions, and so on and so forth. But 18 teams is a whole different story. We've seen that yesterday. It's a whole different story to watch, to cast, and also you've got some amazing teams in there as well. Some lesser known teams, but also some really experienced teams. So make sure to tune in tomorrow to see who else, which three other teams in particular, are going towards the IESF World Esports Championship.
There were probably a few people in chat who were concerned about what would happen in a 10-team lobby and how this could be any sort of exciting, but I'm sure the teams today have proved them wrong. I think Mongolia with the comeback. I think Kazakhstan with the almost clutch in the last game have shown that it doesn't really matter how many teams you have. If the level of play is good, if the players are showing up, then you have some damn good PUBG esports. And oof, today was rough. Today was crazy. Today was a lot of ups and downs. But in the end, it is really just the favorites walking away with it. And damn, we were a little bit surprised by the maths, but in the end, it is Bahrain and Mongolia who walk away with it.
Just imagine Kazakhstan would have a little bit more. If they would have just a little bit, I wouldn't even say luck, but if they just would have gotten a little bit more placements in the first day of this group stage, because they just didn't get into top 4 at all, and they still racked up plenty of points, then I think it would have been very possible for them, if not inevitable. So still a big shout out to Uzbekistan, to Jordan, to Kazakhstan in particular. You guys absolutely nailed it. But the two teams, ladies and gentlemen, for one last time, will be Bahrain and Mongolia. They will make it to Riyadh and fight for over $100,000 US, $130,000 US, if I'm correct in details. So crazy stuff, and a huge honor to both of these nations.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than representing your team. I think we've seen the Euros recently in football, right? You see what that does to players. I've had the pleasure of being part of the PNC in PUBG PC, right? There's nothing as cool as wearing your nation's jersey and meeting all the other countries and repping your flag high, right? So love to see that for them. We're going to have more for you tomorrow. We're going to have more PUBG for you tomorrow. More teams, more qualification slots, maybe more crazy games from Pakistan, as we will kick things off on Sanhok once again, and we have 6 more games to close out Group B for you guys. I know a lot of you have been in chat waiting for Pakistan and waiting for all these teams to show on up. Tomorrow is Group B, and it's going to be exciting, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, 3 more matches from Group B starting at 12 p.m. CEST. So make sure to convert that into your time zone if need be. Obviously, we'll start with Sanhok 3 times Erangel and finish it off with 2 times Miramar as we have today. I am so excited for these next 6 matches. 18 teams have proven to be very exciting, and before we head on over into this relatively big break of a couple of hours, obviously, until the game starts tomorrow, we will show you the leaderboard of how the current standings are at Asia Group B. So, unsurprisingly for anyone who has not watched it yesterday, we've had some pretty explosive games. If you haven't seen them, you should watch back, actually, because it's very rare that you see 18 teams, maybe even more than that, fight it off in a very competitive lobby.
If you're an Indonesia fan, you watch the first 3 matches. If you're a Pakistan fan, you watch the last 3. That's pretty much the summary of yesterday. And that's something you can see on the leaderboard. Before the day started today, we have the same amount of points on Bahrain that we have in Pakistan in Group B. So similar situations coming into the leaderboard. But it is, I'd say it's very similar. We have Pakistan and Malaysia, with Nepal and Indonesia very close by, and that's sort of the pack of favorites. But today, we had a lot of teams contest these favorites, right? We had a lot of teams making us wonder, is Jordan gonna do it? Is somebody else gonna step up to the task? So we have a few favorites for tomorrow, but we really don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. I think it's a very similar kind of situation. Even though I would argue we have a bigger stretch now in Group B in terms of skill level, but still so many contenders. I mean, even Vietnam and Japan have kind of made a comeback. Japan, we haven't really seen them until the very end of things yesterday, and they've still got a chance. Vietnam, obviously, with that very experienced lineup, some of the players from DX, for example, Lamborghini is in there. So, yes, do be hyped for tomorrow. Once again, it is 12 p.m. CEST when it starts. Got confused there with the times today. And then we will have, we'll have 6 more matches, and we will see who else is going to Riyadh at the end of this year for the World Esports Championships by IESF.
It's been exciting. It's been a blast. It's been the favorites coming on through despite the hot drop in the last game, despite all of the attempts of the closing nations. It's been the 2 favorites closing this out today. We're going to close out the show here, guys. Thanks for having us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the games. Thanks for supporting your teams in chat. I still see Uzbekistan flags just flying up my second screen constantly, even though they didn't make it today. The boys have played their hearts out, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed. That's it from me. Any last words, Felix?
Tune in tomorrow, guys. You guys and girls, you do not want to miss it. It's 18 teams. It's 3 more tickets for the IESF World Esports Championship, and maybe your favorite team is playing anyway. So do not forget to tune in at 12 p.m. CEST. Ladies and gentlemen, do have a nice evening. We'll see ourselves tomorrow.